Association, the worm is a quarantine pest which has the potential to affect crops such as maize, sorghum, soybean and potatoes. There's growing concern around the severe impact this caterpillar could have on food security in the region. Emerging farmers say they do not have the expertise or financial resources they need to deal with such an outbreak. A member of the Eston Black Farmers Association, Hawu Mbatha, has called on government to provide them with extension officers that will provide information on how they can prevent the spread of fall armyworms on their plantations. Well, Mr. MOOKETSA Ramasodi is the Deputy Director General of Agriculture Production at the Department of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries. He joins us now from our Pretoria studios. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for your time on the SABC News Desk. Welcome.
Good afternoon, and thanks for your time too, and good afternoon to the listener, to the viewers.
How effective has the department's emergency plant pest response plan been so far? We do know it's been some weeks since this caterpillar, this fall armyworm, was confirmed and identified by your department.
Yes, the early response teams have been working with provincial departments, the grain industry and the farmers at large to control the infestation of armyworms that we have had. Since the beginning of the confirmation on the 3rd of February 2017, we have been able to set up the Joint Operating Center at the Department of Agriculture, and we also have got provincial Joint Operating Centers that are run from provincial departments. We have been able to register pesticides or agricultural chemicals that we can utilize to control the fall armyworm, and we have also been able to survey different areas for the infestations in the country.
We understand that your department was in the process of approving various products that need to be brought into South Africa to deal with this kind of pest. What's the status of that process, Mr. Ramasodi? And have those products actually arrived? And how will they be rolled out to those who need them the most?
We currently have got 13 products that are registered for the control of armyworms. In fact, these are 13 active ingredients. The products are many. And most of these products are the products that we are currently using for the control of other lepidopteran species that we have in South Africa. Therefore, most of them would be available at cooperatives that we are having around that farmers can access. What we are doing as government is also utilizing certain funds that we had for the production season to assist those farmers who cannot control this pest on their own. From a provincial point of view, there are interventions that are done to ensure that farmers get these pesticides to assist.
Mr. Ramasodi, your response very quickly to the emerging farmers' appeal, and we know these are the farmers that are bearing the brunt of such an outbreak, for extension officers. Can you just explain to us the role and the need for such officers?
Thank you very much. I noted that Farmer Hawu Mbatha has indicated that they would like to have extension officers who are going to assist them in terms of explaining to them how this pest manifests and how this can be controlled. Yes, these extension officers are currently with our provincial departments. And through the Department of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries, we are having contact individuals who are in provinces who are then assisting extension officers in terms of identifying the pest, surveying for the pest, and also having extension work done with the farmers. So we are comfortable in terms of the current work that is being done in different areas, because as the pest is reported, then we are able to respond to it. We also have got a program that we do with awareness, where we have got different leaflets that we are giving out to ensure that everybody who's in the farming community knows about the impending pest infestation that we are going to have from fall armyworm.
Mr. Ramasodi, very quickly, we know that this caterpillar, this pest, is not indigenous to our shores. How did this worm arrive in South Africa, and what caused the outbreak in the first place? Do we have any idea?
The pest is mainly prevalent in the South of America, Argentina, Brazil, and you get it in the Caribbean states, and it's also prevalent in the southern states of the United States of America. The first reports that we had in Africa of the pest were in Nigeria at the beginning of 2016. There were also media reports of this pest in Zambia and Zimbabwe towards the latter part of 2016. And the pest then was found in South Africa around the 17th of January this year. How the pest made it through to Africa is still being investigated. But when it comes to it moving within the African continent, the pest is a very strong flyer, and in its adult stage, it can fly up to 2,000 kilometers. And if having very strong headwinds, it can even have 3,000 kilometers of flight. Therefore, in terms of that particular area of us investigating how it came into Africa, I think that it's a matter that we are still currently investigating. Last week we had a session in Harare, Zimbabwe, where all the African states were looking at various diseases and pests that are manifesting in Africa, and how we can strategize to have early warning systems just to deal with these pests and diseases.
Mr. MOOKETSA RAMASODI, he's the Deputy Director General in the Department of Agriculture. Thank you so much for sharing your insights with us on the SABC News Desk. Time to take a short break. I'll be back with more news at the top of the hour.